What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Bob Arum and Terence Crawford. Get this, Bob Arum's recent comments on Terence Crawford that, quote, we could put on a big pay-per-view for Crawford versus Porter, but who's going to pay for it? Those are the words of Bob Arum. Let me counterpunch quickly. I'll pay for it. Thousands of other people will pay for it. Maybe millions. Who knows? This is what tells me. This tells me this all by itself. Bob Arum has given up on Terence Crawford. He doesn't believe in him anymore. He's made wisecracks in the past. And, you know, I wish Terence Crawford, though, was more outspoken, but just because he's not as outspoken doesn't mean you should treat him the way you've been treating him, okay? You have an opportunity with the best fighter in the world, and you won't promote him. What does that say about you as a promoter? Okay, Terence Crawford stays in the gym. Terence Crawford ain't doing what Adrian Broner's doing, some of the Charlo's antics, Errol Spence people going out seeing him half drunk on press conferences. That's not Terence Crawford. You never seen Terence Crawford in that light. You never seen him distracted from his job. The last I seen Terence Crawford, he was helping Shakur Stevenson spar get ready. So that means he was in the gym. If he wasn't helping himself, he was helping others get prepared because he's prepared. So what the hell is Bob talking about? Again, what is Bob talking about? I think Bob is tripping, but we've seen this from Bob before. Bob is the kind of guy that if you don't help him promote you because he don't want to do it, he ain't going to do anything. That's what I'm looking at. You got to put the fight on to make to make something not become successful. But to just say it's unsuccessful, and it won't be successful, will be just like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to do my job because I know that this is not going to work. It's not going to it's not going to be my advantage. This is not going to benefit me whatsoever, so I'm not going to do it. Listen to how he said it, but who's going to pay for it? Come on, Sean Porter and Terence Crawford to be one of the fights of the year, probably. But that just shows you where Bob Arum's at. He doesn't care for Terence Crawford. Let Terence go. Counterpunch. Let Terence go. Okay? He's been saying this shit since last year. Ever since Terence Crawford possibly broke Kell Brook's eye again. Okay? He's been saying the same shit. Why? Because he's so successful, he's so talented? Hell, you fought him in the bubble, but you couldn't put Tyson Fury and Wilder in the bubble? Because his greedy ass was worried. He was worried about a damn crowd. And if you want to ask and blame anybody for anything, how the progression of boxing was, blame Bob Arum. Why? Because his path is just bigger than Terence Crawford. Okay, he could have done everything differently in the Tyson and Wilder situation, but he didn't want to. He wanted to wait around for a crowd. Where's the money? We're not gonna. He had Lomachenko, Teofimo in the bubble. He had Kell Brook. He had Terence Crawford in the bubble. Okay, he had these fights in the bubble, so why couldn't he have Tyson Fury fighting in the bubble? All of a sudden, there was no money, which I know that was a lie. They just no longer wanted to get that fight and think, let's swindle ourselves out of there and wait and buy our time out, okay, and build this Joshua fight up knowing damn well it's not going to happen. Right? Because Daniel Weinstein is his friend. But yeah, we're back on that. But what does that have to do with Terence? What I'm saying is he does not any longer know how to promote fighters. You can't do Terence Crawford like that. Now, we can look at Terence Crawford's previous pay-per-views. They weren't good. No, they weren't. The Postal, his first pay-per-view, I believe, it stunk. Okay? But the reason it stunk because he was a new pay-per-view attraction, and we had a lot of other guys around at that time. Come on, man. When Terence Crawford fought Postal, you had Manny Pacquiao over on Top Rank. You had Floyd Mayweather running the world of boxing. by himself. Okay, we didn't even have heavyweights back then. Okay, so to make that your argument on why you can't promote your fighter, that's just like your fighter saying, you know what, I'm not going to fight him because I don't think fight's going to be worth a damn. What the hell does that mean? What would that promoter do if he's promoting his ass off to get a fight that a fighter won't fight? It's the same shit on the opposite side of the coin. You know what I'm saying? Bob, listen. Terence Crawford should leave Bob. He should become a free agent just like Canelo. And he should go on with the next few years of his career. Because if he doesn't, he's going to end up like Manny Pacquiao. And Manny Pacquiao is just a phenom, okay? But that doesn't mean everyone's going to be like Manny Pacquiao. Bob has turned on every successful all-time great fighter he's ever had. Oscar De La Hoya turned on him. Floyd Mayweather turned on him. Manny Pacquiao turned on him. Terence Crawford turned on him. That's his MO. And if he doesn't, and if you try to leave and he makes some type of case against you, he'll hold you up in court like he did Mikey Garcia for 2 years. Over some money. He's a cheap, older, throwback, legendary fossil. That's what he is. And he should no longer be in the sport of boxing. And I'm surprised that Bob Arum is where he's at. And he's not back there with his good buddy, only in America, Don King. That's where he should be. He should be promoting guys that's stupid enough for old farts like that to promote them. That's what he should be. But anyway, that's my counterpunch on Bob Arum. You guys tell me what you think Terence Crawford should do after hearing such negative words. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch.